everybody, and welcome back to the Undepression Project. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about how you can use gratitude to overcome negativity. So let me tell you a little story. Way back in the day when I was studying music back in college, I had a difficult aria to perform for one of my music classes. It was a tough song and I had been practicing really hard. So on the day of the performance, I sang my heart out and it actually went really well. My professors liked it, I got really good feedback, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. Fast forward to a few minutes later, and I'm exiting the venue just in time to catch a couple of my fellow students saying some less than friendly things about my performance. Despite all the positive comments I just heard from my professors, I couldn't get that one negative comment out of my head, and I totally let it ruin my mood. So why do we do this? How can 1,000 songs of praise be overshadowed by one negative comment? The answer lies with our brains. Your brain is actually wired to pay more attention to negative events and situations. This greater sensitivity toward the negative is called a negativity bias. And when you're suffering from depression, this negativity bias gets amplified. The reason for this bias can be attributed to evolution. Your knack for noticing the negative probably evolved for a good reason, to keep you out of harm's way. Throughout human history, our survival has depended on our ability to dodge danger. So our brain developed systems that would make sure we notice the negative so that we can respond to it. For our hunter-gatherer ancestors, noticing the negative could have meant the difference between life and death. But now that we're so much safer and generally less concerned about being eaten by wild animals, this negativity can do us more harm than good. Your brain ends up treating an ambiguous text message as if it were a rattlesnake in your path. So is there a way to overcome this, or are you stuck being negative forever? As luck would have it, there's absolutely a way to overcome this, and one of those, the one we're going to talk about today, is gratitude. Two American psychologists, Dr. Robert Emmons and Dr. Michael McCullough, studied the effects of gratitude on well-being. In their particular study, they assigned 3 groups of participants to write a few sentences about their week. In the first group, they had them write what they were grateful for throughout the week. In the second group, they had them write down all the things that annoyed them or frustrated them. And the control group wrote about anything that happened, regardless of whether it was positive or negative. After 10 weeks, the researchers found that those who wrote about gratitude were more optimistic and felt better about their lives. Surprisingly, they also tended to exercise more and have fewer visits to the doctor than those who wrote about their irritations. Practicing gratitude regularly for a few weeks was enough to boost participants' moods. So it can be really easy to focus on what we don't have, what we want more of, or what others have that we don't. As I mentioned earlier, this is the way your brain is wired. So you may be tempted to say, well, I'm stuck this way. My brain is negative, it's just the way I was born. But there is another option. You can retrain your brain to notice what's going well, to notice the good in your life, to notice what you already have, and to notice the opportunities that you've been given. It's just going to take a little bit of time and practice. So how do you do this? How do you practice gratitude? Can you get better at it? You can absolutely get better at it. Here are 3 ways to add more gratitude into your day to retrain your brain to be more positive and ultimately improve your mood. Number 1, keep a daily gratitude journal. So at the beginning or the end of each day, write down 5 things that you're grateful for and why. This is going to start to build up that gratitude muscle and make it easier for you to find things that you're grateful for. You might find that you can't think of anything at first, or that it's a little weird, or you end up writing the same things over and over again, but this is okay. The more you do this, the easier it will get. Number 2 is to pray or try a gratitude meditation. This is similar to a gratitude journal, but instead of writing down what you're grateful for, you are verbally expressing thanks to the deity of your choice. Alternatively, if you're not into praying, you can try a gratitude meditation where you sit quietly and you imagine situations that you're grateful for in your mind. I'll put a link below to a gratitude meditation practice that I like. And the last one is give sincere thank yous. If somebody does something that you're really appreciative of, tell them. Go out of your way to say thank you to that person and mean it. Not only will you make that other person feel good, you'll also make yourself feel good while training your brain to be grateful. Alternatively, you could go out of your way to write a thank you note or a thank you letter to someone who may be a little underappreciated. I think you'll find that a little thank you goes a long way. Overall, grateful people are happier people. And while it may be tempting to think that these people are grateful because they're happy, this is just not the case. The research shows that joy follows gratitude. The more gratitude you give, the more joy you'll get. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Undepression Project channel. Leave a comment below with your favorite gratitude strategy, and I will see you next Wednesday.